And I sat there for hours telling the district attorney, everything that was done to me. And afterwards, they got their prosecution. He pled guilty to 7 victims, including myself. And my attorney asked the ADA if she would put in a Rule 35 for me, and she declined. She didn't want to do it. Didn't want to get me moved either. Not so, not even the prosecutors, they're not, even after you've come forward and given them everything that they need, they're not even trying to help you.
I think from my perspective of working with so many, unfortunately, survivors of sexual abuse in this scenario, I think as we keep saying, there's so many reasons why it's so difficult to step up. And once you step up, there's so many reasons why you would be fearful and also exposed to potential risk of retaliation. But even more than that, just the fear of not being believed and credited. I mean, I personally have been involved in a lot of prosecutions, and one person's story is never enough. They would go to every possible direction to try to corroborate, and that amplifies exponentially the issue of credibility issue. I mean, if they were not going to believe the victim in the first place, they would not believe the accounts of other witnesses and friends who support it. And so there is almost no solution to that problem, where they're looking for something that just does not exist, which is often a he said, she said type of situation, except amplified by the fact that she doesn't have the power to even leave the facility, and she is convicted of a crime. And therefore, there is an imbalance of power and imbalance of credibility that just gets magnified. And I think in order to counterbalance that, there has to be a serious consideration due to each person who is brave enough, and I hate to even put it as brave enough, because I think there's a lot of bravery in terms of just living with this silently, but for people who do step forward, to make sure that they are accounted for. Because as in Carolyn's scenario, a lot of my clients, I mean, they do not step up until they know that there is an adjudication, that it is going to go somewhere. That's when they feel like they can step up. So it's almost backwards. It's not that they step up and then there's a successful adjudication and then there is a successful case. It's the other way around, where there is already a potential or a conviction, something that's happening that makes people hopeful that they can step up too, like a Me Too movement outside. That's when people feel like they're going to be believed. So I think that standard is very backwards right now.